What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another random movie review channel. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Chase, and let's talk about one. And the one I want to talk about right now is Don't Worry, Darling. Now, this one comes to us from Warner Brothers, and it's already in theaters. I'm a little late to the game, but I decided to review it now. So, what is this movie about? A 1950s housewife living with her husband in utopia, experimental community begins to worry that, that his glamorous company could be hiding disturbing secrets. So, you know, I really wanted to see this movie, but unfortunately, the drama surrounding it behind the scenes has engulfed this to a point where like no one was really interested in the movie. They were just interested in the drama. But I wanted to watch the movie for myself and see if it was actually good or if it was just okay or maybe even bad, and if the drama has helped it in any way, shape, or form in terms of publicity. So, going into this before I heard about the drama, I I liked the trailers. I didn't think they were like anything that was blowing my mind, but there was a lot of mystery that could be there to let us unravel with as we watch this film. And it could have been exciting. I love me a good mystery. It looked like it was going to dive into some science fiction as well. So I was all for this. And so, of course, the drama happens, and you're like, okay, this thing is just getting swallowed up. I really hope that the movie's good because maybe it can combat all this. So I saw the movie. I want to take a break to thank the sponsor of this video, Movie Palette. Hi, it's me interrupting me, and I just wanted to take a break to thank the sponsor of this review, Movie Palette. Movie Palette takes the concept of the movie poster to the next level. Movie Palette consists of stripes of colors carefully chosen by their team of artists. Every stripe represents a color of a particular scene in a movie and is put in chronological order on the canvas. There are so many movies to pick from, and it doesn't even stop there. They also have whole seasons of TV shows. I recently moved and I needed some things to put on my wall, and I was getting tired of putting up traditional movie posters and wanting something different, and Movie Palette stepped up to the plate. The movie palette that I chose was one of my favorite movies of all time, Logan. This gorgeous palette is a constant reminder of how beautiful this film is and how each scene evokes a different emotion all through its language of color, not to mention a great conversation starter. This is a unique piece to any film and TV lover's home, and I want to help you get one. Use the discount code CHASE15 for 15% off of any product on their website. Film is art, so why not display your favorite as such? That's 15% off of your order when you use the code CHASE15. I think the movie's fine. I think there's some decent performances. There's a really great lead performance. The production design is really great. The music is really good. There's some great ideas sprinkled in there. But for me, it just doesn't really have the impact that I think Olivia Wilde wants you to have. But I think there's some interesting things at play. And honestly, like I get the ending, I get why it ended that way, but I kind of want to see more. It's like, you kind of set us up for a lot of this kind of world building and characters within this, so that I want to see you go further with it. And so I thought it was a really great start to a neat idea. Just didn't really feel like it was explored to its fullest extent. But the movie overall is fine. So let's start with director Olivia Wilde. You know, I remember when I saw Booksmart, and I really enjoyed it. It was a great coming of age comedy. Beanie Feldstein, Caitlin Dever, great performances. It was a nice little, high school coming of age, comedy, some romance. Like, it's just it was good. It was good. It was solid. So with her tackling this, I was curious to see what she would do with the bigger budget, bigger story, bigger stars, like just bigger everything. And so for the most part, I think she's able to guide this story pretty gracefully. And I thought her ability to build up suspense and mystery surrounding this story and these characters was really good. Because when that third act hits and the twist happens, you know, it for me, I expected it to happen. It wasn't anything that blew my mind, but the actual reveal and the actual execution of said twist, I thought was really good. Like as it played out in the movie with like just the sharp editing and like the music swells and just the backstory that we see of these characters, that was all really well handled. And I was actually really invested into the twist, even though I kind of expected that for it to happen. So it wasn't for me more of a surprise factor. It was really just an execution thing. I think she did a pretty great job. But Olivia Wilde, to me, she's really great at developing suspense, and I would like to see her tackle another thriller, another suspense film. I would even think that, the more she kind of goes down the line, she could probably do a horror film. I'm not going to count that out. But yeah, I think her ability to keep us excited about the story and as it unfolds and the mystery surrounding it, I thought she did a pretty great job. Um, as far as the actual world building of this utopia, was really, really beautiful. Production design and costuming, it's unmatched. It's really a a dynamite replica of the 1950s, and I really appreciate it just from an aesthetic standpoint. Really great stuff. The cinematography is also good. It's clean. It's grand. It's certain shots that really provide scope for this story. And yeah, just kind of shows off the amazing, vibrant colors of the production design and costuming. Okay, so with all that out of the way, I've purposely left the performances last. Florence Pugh is the best one in this film. She is an Academy Award nominated actress for good reason. She is great at what she does. She holds this whole thing together, and I think her um, delving into this like paranoia and like trying to find some type of groundedness as she's trying to figure everything out. There was a real nice like delicate balance I saw her do, and it was just a type of performance that just cuts through the entire film that I really enjoyed watching. And Florence Pugh, she's just great. I have no issues with her in this film. Supporting cast, fine. Nick Kroll, even Chris Pine was just okay. Olivia Wilde, just okay. Gemma Chan didn't really have a lot to work with, but she was great when she was on screen. Which leads me to this point. Harry Styles is not good. Now, I will say if the man wants to continue to make films, act, whatever, go for it. I ain't gonna stop you. And to be quite honest, I'm gonna be very curious into anything that you do in the future because I want to see if you actually progress as an actor. But for this one, it's not working. Um, Even with his character being written as British, he's got the accent. Like it's fine. But like for some weird reason, he's also forcing himself not to have the accent, even though his character has complete leeway to have the accent. It just makes no sense. But yeah, I felt like not only was his accent going in and out, which he didn't have to do that. Um, I also felt like when it came to the dramatic scenes, the scenes that really grab you as an audience member and you really become invested into these people's lives. When he's having arguments with Florence Pugh's character, she is acting circles around him. It is a bloodbath. She demolishes him. Like every time when he says a line and she reacts to it, it upstages whatever he just said. Anytime when she says a line and he reacts to it, his reaction is null because she what she said is what we're sticking on. Like I said, I don't mind Harry Styles taking another stab at movies. I don't. I'm excited to see the My Policeman movie. It looks really good. But for this one, it just doesn't work. He's just getting danced around by professionals. And honestly, he probably would have been best served in like a supporting role for this film. Maybe minimal dialogue. He looks the part. Um, but that's how you kind of incorporate him into these films and just have him kind of just level up each time. Then he can eventually get to a lead role. But I haven't seen enough from him to do a lead role. So when I'm presented as this is his first big one for me, it just doesn't work. Um, so honestly, like I know that Shia LaBeouf was supposed to do this before him. He would have been a great pick actually, but obviously with all that going down, he didn't get to do it. But even after that, I don't think Harry would have been a good choice. They should have gone with someone else. So listen, kid wants to keep doing it, go ahead. But for me, it just didn't work for this one. So overall, the movie is fine. I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be. It's definitely not good, but I think the drama has definitely hit this movie hard, and a lot of people aren't seeing it because of that. But maybe it'll do well on streaming or when it becomes available for rental and it leaves theaters. So Who knows? But let me know down below what you thought of Don't Worry, Darling. Please comment whether you liked it, loved it, hated it, all that stuff. I would like to know your thoughts on it. And that will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.